What's up, FCD fans? Today we have a very special guest. He is FC Dallas and Indonesia's #1. It's Maarten Paes. Maarten, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
My first question is, have you gotten some rest? Because last week was really crazy for you. Literally tens of thousands of miles of travel, a couple different time zones, and you played on 3 different continents.
Yes.
Been able to get some sleep?
Yeah, to be honest, I think already when I came back, I have to stay disciplined always. The bad part is I always skip at night, but then I come back into the rhythm. So still I'm managing now to keep that, to get that night back, the first night. But it was also after a game, so that's always a tough night. But for the rest, I think, yeah, it's been good, getting like 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep. This morning I actually woke up and I didn't know where I was. but yeah, that means I was very deep, in a deep sleep, and I recovered well, so that's good.
Can you talk me through your routine for those really long flights where you want to sleep as well? Because I know you've worked with a sleep specialist and whatnot. What's the game plan there? Yeah,
so actually every time where I go, that's where I'm adjusting to. So the flight to Australia, I had a straight flight from DFW to Australia, so yeah, the process starts already after the Vancouver game, where I try to stay up as long as possible to get that night already adjusted to the Australian night, and then I stay up until it's night again in Australia in the flight, and then take my supplements. Yeah, 4 hours before I want to get that night of sleep, I get my big meal, so I don't still am digesting the food, and try to limit my timing, my light exposure, stuff like that, and then yeah, go into sleep. Then luckily I'm flying in first class or business class. Business class, so that helps, especially now with Qantas was really well. And then yeah, it was 16 hours time difference in Australia, so that was yeah, this circadian rhythm was a little bit gone. But yeah, we had a game in 1.5 days when I was there, so I was yeah, sometimes you just go through the conditions and you just play the best to your ability, and yeah, so I did that. And then we had a new coaching staff too, so it was directly full of yeah, tactical stuff, digesting tactical stuff and recovering the body from that flight, of course, and then yeah, getting ready.
It's a lot of planning for sleep, but let's talk about the reason that you're doing all this. It's for World Cup qualifying. That's what last window was. Tough result against Australia, one of the powerhouses in that region, of course, but a big win against Bahrain. What was that game like? Yeah,
I think the first Australia game, we started off really good. The first 20 minutes, we missed the PK. Matt Ryan had an unbelievable save, and then I had an unbelievable save, and then they called back for a PK that happened on the corner prior. And then yeah, sort of the momentum shifted away, and that's international football. If you shift away your momentum, then it can be gone, especially with the quality that Australia has. And but yeah, it was yeah, we bounced back in the second game in front of 75,000 people. A lot of pressure was on there, but we managed to keep a clean sheet and score 1, and I think we could have scored a couple more. So that was incredible, a good boost. Unlucky that I'm suspended for the next game, probably. We have to see. They're still finding it out.
Appeals, maybe.
Yeah, they're still finding it out if if they registered it the correct way. But yeah, it's always super incredible experience there, and yeah, now. Luckily, we got the dub too with FC Dallas, so that was very important.
It's a good week. You mentioned the 75,000 people and playing in Jakarta. Just what's that environment like? Because we watch on the streams here back home, and it's incredible to see from there. But I can't imagine what it's like playing in front of it.
Nah, you never get used to it. Goosebumps all over. Yeah, first of all, it's always very humid there. You can, yeah, maybe it's like Houston or Miami, and then it's in the middle of the city. So with those 80,000 people, they suck away all the oxygen in the stadium too, so it's very hard to breathe. And then yeah, it's first of all the anthem, which we all sing together very hard. with a lot of passion, and then you already get super excited for the game. And luckily my brother and Luna were there, so they were there to support me, and then I always feel like a blanket of security too if they are there. And then we had a good feeling. First half was it was very good. We scored the 1-0, and then second half we had a tough period where like Saturday we had to survive, but then luckily we defended really good.
You hinted at the new coaching staff. That's because Indonesia hired a legend, Patrick Kluivert, Ajax legend, Barcelona as well. What's it like meeting him? What's it like playing for him?
Yeah, first of all, he's a very warm person. Very good. I liked it. I think the first game was really tough to prepare because we only had one day where everyone was there, and we almost couldn't train. It was the first time we were together was on the match day -1, and the match day -1 training is always in the stadium, so you can train tactics because then they can see it.
Yeah.
So we almost couldn't really prepare well. So that was a tough game, and then we played really well the first 20 minutes, and of course the result didn't go away, and then towards the second game we had way more time to prepare, and then you saw more of a result from that. And it was just really good. He gave us also a lot of responsibility in the way how we wanted to do stuff, and he just tweaked some minor things where he thought we could have done something better. So that was a cool experience, and also just the start of of a new era, like we called it.
We've called that a few times. Last question on your international career, and this one is from our Indonesian correspondent, Ilham. Shout out Ilham, great guy. He asked about Emil Aldero, similar to you, a goalkeeper who is a dual national who recently committed to Indonesia. What was it like meeting him, and what's y'all's relationship?
Yeah, Emil's an incredible goalkeeper. He played for really big clubs like Inter Milan, Juventus, Sampdoria. Now he's playing for Palermo on loan from Como. Serie A experience. So for me it was super fun to meet with him, train with him. I think we both have high qualities, a bit different in goalkeeping style, but both have good qualities. We challenge each other, but in a very normal and friendly way, and we just decided it on the pitch. But for me it's like here with Collodi and Antonio. It's like I'm used to be with all the other goalkeepers I used to play with, either it's national team or I'm not different. I'm a good guy, and I will never. I will rather learn from each other than despise each other. So I think that's the way how I do it. And then it's always the coaches. They decide the goalkeeper they think they're gonna get the best result with. So that's out of my power. So. This time he chose for me. Very happy with that. Always an honor to get the caps under your belt, and just got to keep working hard, playing a lot of minutes, and getting good results.
Competition's never a bad thing. Iron sharpens iron, and all that.
That's true, and it's only good. And also, like, imagine now I'm suspended, then we have a good replacement there as well. So.